Alright, I'm gonna tell you how to play Cetrion custom variation as quickly as I can. The best variation for Cetrion is, without a doubt, Earthquake, Deadly Winds, and H2 port with a teleport. Cetrion is a neutral heavy character. You want to play here. You don't want to be right here. This is fine, but this is where she thrives. And she uses movement, especially backdash, to whip punish people, and I'll show you some of those techs in a second. So first, Deadly Winds. Deadly Winds is extremely important because it resets neutral well out of bar, and the frames are good enough for you to move after. So for example, right, so you end after this, -5, and look at this distance. This is exactly where she wants to be. She can hit you again and stuff. But most importantly, people are going to try to take back their turn when they're from here, and that's why you want to do a lot of things. You want a backdash wall, you want a neutral jump, and then when they are dashing forward, you hit that with jumping 1. You can also down 4 their ass. Let's say they're coming. You down 4 this, like kind of low profiles a bit. It's great. And if it touches them, it pushes them back, and it's another gel. It's a gel for the 4-2 because hit advantage is -18 and 4-2 is 14. So I'll show you. So for example, and this is how, by the way, you test out what gels are not. You put them on duck, and if they have time to duck again, it's not a gel. If they don't have time to duck again, it's a gel. You see? On reaction after down 4, you can jump to 4-2. Plus, if you don't anyways, they're back into a neutral, so it's perfect. That's what you want to use. In terms of Deadly Wind on block, I don't amp it because I'm just conserving my bar, but amping it has its uses, and we've seen pros amp it because this is +1 now. Just +1 is not +20, okay? So if someone backdashes and you try to go for 4-2, you're gonna get whiff punish. But if they don't backdash, if they're defensive, you're in range for your 4-2. Or if they just try to front dash or something, they don't realize that you're plus, that's when you can simply 1-1 and you're gonna hit them. On hit, when you do 4-1, this one doesn't gel with the geyser, as you saw, okay? It doesn't gel. I think that's the only string that does not gel. The rest of them, they all gel with it. So you can combo with the geyser. You have to I said the geyser, I meant the tendril pull. We don't have the geyser. The geyser is the back forward 4, which is now replaced by Deadly Winds. Okay. So you can't have Deadly Winds with the geyser the same. Alright. So the forward 1. Use forward 1-3. You input it all with the tornado, with the Deadly Winds. Why? Because if it's on block, you just reset neutral, it's fine, okay? If it's on hit, you just amp it, and now it's a gel, +10, which means that you can hit them with 1-1 and combo them, or you can simply back grab them because you're in range, which is real nice. You don't even have to take a step forward, right? A lot of grabs are reactable because people take a tiny step forward and then they react and they're like, oh, he's grabbing me. But if you just grab to throw them back, it's really hard to see. The Earthquake, with the Earthquake, first of all, it's a zoning tool, but from up close, it's a 50-50 tool, see? This is 22 frames, the overhead is 22 frames, and this is 22 frames, so it's technically unreactable. The problem, though, is that if they block the low, the second one is jumpable, and I'll show you. So for example, and you jump the second one, or you can just hop it, like that. And it's punishable, by the way. So, what's the frames? From up close, -15, punishable. Compared to this one, right, which is not punishable, so you usually want to end with 3, not with the low. So just use mix-ups wisely. And if they've been reacting to your mix-up, you can cancel it for the cost of 1 bar, a defensive meter. And when you cancel it, you can punch them after, right? So you know that someone's gonna jump, and you cancel it and you punch them. So for example, I know this is coming, I'm jumping, right? And she knows that I'll jump the second one, and then I get hit. Otherwise, the Earthquake is a great zoning tool. It tracks, meaning that no matter where you are on the map, it hits, right? Which is unbelievable for a loaded track like that. And it gels after the boulder full screen, because the boulder full screen is 25 frames, right? So you do this, it's gonna hurt her. Hurt her? It's gonna hit her. This is 22 frames, okay? And the block advantage is 24 frames. So this gels, okay, you get it. So that's her zoning tool. And of course, if she tries to jump out of your gel, you can always throw this, it's gonna crushing blow her. Another 50-50 is from here, right? For the 4-2, you can end the overhead, or you can end the low. So that's another 50-50. I always recommend just using the Deadly Winds to end safely. If someone pokes you, because you can poke out of the Deadly Winds with a 6-frame down 1. With a 7-frame down 1 actually trades, if I recall. I mean, let's see what the cancel advantage is. Cancel advantage 10 and start up 18. Yeah, so 7 frames should still touch. Sometimes it trades because frames in this game are cracked. 8 frames should technically trade, but like I said, this game is cracked, so it's not gonna trade. See? Even though it should. Okay. In terms of staggers and stuff, Cetrion has amazing staggers. First of all, her normals are really long range. Look at this for standing one. And let's look at the frames here. -1 for this stagger, -2 here. So this means that you can backdash. -1. So these are all great. What is this one? -4, I think. Yeah, -4. So let's put this other Cetrion on reversal, and she's gonna hit me with a down 1 as soon as I hit her on block. Okay, like that. And I'm gonna show you with the 4-2, you want to be about here and do it here. And look at this spacing. See? But if you do it right in front of her, you can't do your movement. You have to be a little bit far away, like this. And then you backdash and you whiff punish again. Same with 1-1. Backdash, whiff punish. Same with 2-1. Backdash, whoops, let's do it again. This one needs a bit of space too, which is odd because the frames are good. Okay, well, this computer, you know, it's a computer. It's gonna hit as fast as possible. When you're fighting a human, they have to react. They have to know this is a stagger, or else this might come, right? But regardless, let's say they're as fast as humanly possible. If you do it from this way, from this range, they can't do anything. And if they dare to poke, you don't even have to backdash in some circumstances. If they poke with down 1, right? But in most circumstances, I would encourage you to backdash just in case, because you can still punish them. And if they use a long range poke, like a down 4, backdashing will ensure that you punish them, that you move away from it. I wanted to talk about the crushing blow off of this string here. Like that. First, 2 things, okay? You can get the fatal blow as soon as this stops, right? You can do that. Damage is real high, and if they break fast, they're gonna get away with it, okay? If they break slow, you're gonna get them. So let's say they break fast, she got away with it. And now she's gonna break slow, and I got her. And the damage is really goddamn significant. That's even more significant if they break. So let's look at this damage. This is 3 hits. Or 4 hits, technically. 500 damage. But when you get the crushing blow, there are a few things you can do, right? I used to just do this here, and then grab them. And do that. 362 damage. That's really easy, a good BNB. Sometimes you can do the jumping attack. This one is a bit harder, but I'll explain why. So when you pop them up, you jump as soon as possible, but you don't hit them as soon as you can. You wait a little bit and then you hit them, or else it whiffs. So let me show you. I'm gonna hit them as soon as I can, okay? I hit them as soon as I can. You see it whiffed. Okay, now I'm gonna hit them. I'm gonna take my time a little bit. Now it worked. So that's how you get that one. It's more damage. Okay, I think that's it. That was my quick guide for Cetrion. Custom variation. One more thing. So the teleport. I think the teleport is probably used against zoning. Zoning, ironically, Cetrion in this variation can get outzoned with fast projectiles. Like say Sonya has the advantage on you and she's just throwing onion rings and you can't get started because this is too slow. So you can get out of there by teleporting. So teleport should almost always be used against projectiles. But another thing that's cool with her is she can teleport in the air, right? And what you can do with her, you can... Usually you do Hell's Wrath like that. You jump, you do this. And that's how you push them away, and eventually you jump and you teleport. Because I think the animation between this, even though it's red and this is blue, the animation where she throws her hands up in the air, it looks a little bit similar to this. So by the time they react, you're going to be teleported anyways. And you're probably going to be jumping over certain projectiles, right? Like if you jump like this. So jumping and teleporting, I have found it more useful than just teleporting from the ground like that. So if you're gonna teleport, I recommend just jumping first. Alright guys, that's it for my Cetrion quick guide. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a good one.